sirens went off.
And now tornado warning remains in effect until 4:45. July 19th, 2018 was a day that will forever be etched into the minds of Iowans. It was on that day that numerous tornadoes touched down in the Hawkeye State. One in particular was an EF3 tornado that hit the heart of Marshalltown, Iowa. Many homes were lost, many businesses were damaged, and some destroyed. One of those businesses that was forever affected by the tornado was McGregor's Furniture and Mattress in downtown Marshalltown. Through the years, McGregor's has been no stranger to adversity, but also perseverance and resolve.
The history of McGregor's here in Marshalltown started back in 1928 when we moved to town after we opened our first store in Oskaloosa in 1896. There's a long legacy. I have my forefathers as I'm running this business. I think about them quite a bit, and the fact that my great-grandfather started this 4 generations ago now.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is Iowa's oldest family-owned furniture store, and it all started with J.R. McGregor taking a job as a bookkeeper at the furniture manufacturing retail company in Burlington. It was there that he met his future partner, Charles Stahl. The two opened Stahl and McGregor in 1896. Customers would not only shop for furniture and carpet, but even caskets at Stahl and McGregor in Oskaloosa. And when it came time to deliver furniture, it was up to Tom and Jerry to do the job. No, those weren't the names of the two delivery guys. Tom and Jerry were the two mules who pulled the wagon. Stahl and McGregor, Oskaloosa's leading furniture and carpet store, established itself quickly. Unfortunately, tragedy struck in 1905 when the building that housed the store was engulfed in flames. The building was completely destroyed. The power company, fearing a disaster, turned off the power, leaving the entire city of Oskaloosa in total darkness. Out of that darkness would reemerge the birth of Stahl and McGregor, or should we say McGregor's, as the partners divided up the assets and James reopened the business under the name McGregor's. July 19th, 2018 started as a beautiful day, but that was going to change quickly and in dramatic fashion. At roughly 2:45 p.m. that day, reports of tornado warnings in central Iowa began.
The day of the tornado here at McGregor's, I remember sitting in my office and looking out the window and seeing the sky, and that was the first indication. If you grow up in Iowa, you know what the sky looks like when a tornado is about to come, just from living here, I think. At first, they said that the tornado was coming just north of town near the airport, and I live about a mile from the airport. My 2 sons happened to be home that day, so I rushed home as the first sirens went off.
Around 4:20 p.m., reports of a tornado were being reported on the northwest side of Marshalltown near the Iowa Veterans Home, and its track was steering it directly into the heart of downtown Marshalltown, where McGregor's Furniture and Mattress were located.
One of the corporate staff members came down. She said, "Hey, Aaron just called. She said you need to move down to the basement." So we thought, oh, okay, well, this is serious. So then we all had a little bit of a panic, and we had a couple customers wanting to leave, and another one of the staff here in Marshalltown said, we really appreciate it if you didn't. It's probably not a safe thing to do. So then on top of that, we're getting a little more nervous because everything's seeming pretty serious. So we went downstairs, and then probably within a minute, the lights went out.
Then, at approximately 4:40 p.m., the EF3 tornado hit.
It was pretty shocking. We went into the small room we call the dungeon, which is the little tornado shelter area, and we placed merchandise in there. And in bad storms, those front windows, we could always hear them rattling pretty hard, and it was the hardest we ever heard them rattle. So we thought, oh, they're going to crash. And when they crashed, it sounded, it's hard to describe the sound. It was just a big, almost a shotgun blast sound. And then, like the movie Twister, the sounds you hear in that film was pretty accurate too. It almost sounded like a train or a jet engine sound. And we were down in that dungeon holding the doors shut. So it's pretty nerve-wracking. It's pretty shooken up, me personally, as well as what the other staff members here explained, and the 2 customers that we never thought we'd be in a tornado especially in the middle of town, you know. So yeah, we're all pretty shooken up.
Employees and customers were in the building at that time, and it hit with a force that many of them have never experienced before in their lives.
When I came upstairs from Dungeon for the first time, looking around the store was really just paper scattered around, stuff knocked over. We all looked to the front windows. Those were, half of them were gone, and we thought, oh wow. So then we thought, well, this can't be good. And we walked out the front window. Of course, we're all stepping on big shards of glass that was in there. And then right as you get out to the street and you look around, it was really like a war zone. It was weird. Sirens going off, everyone was outside. Probably something I don't expect to experience again.
The tornado by far was the scariest part of this journey for McGregor's, but the trials and tribulations were far from over due to this violent act of Mother Nature. The first question to be asked: can this building, the headquarters for McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, be saved? Would McGregor's be able to remain as a fixture on Main Street in downtown Marshalltown? The answer was yes.
We weren't even sure we were going to be able to save the building. We had to wait for the structural engineer to get here and make some decisions for us. It was also up to the insurance company, and were they willing to replace the building and how they were going to handle that. So for the first several weeks at least, I wasn't sure I was going to have a building. Once they said they would remodel it or repair it, then I got a lot of questions about, are you going to? And I guess that never entered my mind whether I was going to if I had the opportunity or not. I always wanted the building back. I grew up in this building since I was a little girl. I've been coming to this building running around, and so it was something I always wanted to make sure was back in the community. And so once the insurance company decided they would repair it, the next question was, how do we get the fourth floor completely removed from a building with a building next to it and then, well, a building on either side of it? And so that took a lot of time.
And with that decision to rebuild and return, the work began. The aftermath of the EF3 tornado that hit Marshalltown meant that in order for McGregor's to return, the store on Main Street needed to be completely gutted and rebuilt. In fact, the entire fourth floor of the building needed to be and was removed. Not only was the rebuilding process beginning, but McGregor's wanted to continue to serve its customers. They needed a location to make this happen, and that location was the Marshalltown Mall.
We were completely moved in a new store, so I had staff from all the stores, especially the staff here in Marshalltown, and we got a new store set up in 3 days by the time we were able to get into the location.
Moving to a new location was a feat unto itself.
And this was new furniture, because obviously the furniture that was in this building all had to be disposed of. It was not safe to sell, and most of it was very, very damaged on top of that. So it was new furniture we brought in. We had to put tables together and chairs together. I mean, you can't imagine, but I have the best staff in the world, and they worked so hard to get us moved in.
From moving their entire store to a new location while rebuilding their Main Street building and continuing to operate was extremely challenging, but a challenge that the entire staff of McGregor's was up to and excelled at.
And then when we got to move back here, you know, those that had been here after the tornado and moved, we knew the job that was ahead of us. So I have to be honest, I was dreading it coming up to it just because I knew it was going to be a lot of work for a lot of people. But we got moved back in again in 3 days, and I'm just amazed that every time they have stepped up and they have helped, and it's been incredible.
It was over a 2-year process from when McGregor's was hit by the EF3 tornado, closed their Main Street store, moved and reopened to a new location at Marshalltown Mall, while rebuilding their Main Street store, moving again and reopening finally in September of 2020.
This became another baby almost. We put so much time into it and trying to get it back. When we finally opened the doors, I think I felt a huge sigh of relief, but I think it all came back to me at the same time. It was 2 years of just piling on. So it was mixed feelings. Not that I was unhappy we were done with the project, But it was such a labor of love. It was a huge relief to finally get to that point, because there were times I didn't know if it was going to happen. I didn't know if we were going to get there. I didn't know if it was ever going to get done.
The journey was hard, and the staff at McGregor's was resilient.
Seeing this building completed as it is, to me, means a lot. It's great to see the customers' complaints they had before this tornado fixed as a blessing in disguise. Lights, tons of new windows. We just don't have a whole lot of issues that they were seeing before, and now they get to see an older building that a lot of people in this town and this surrounding area are familiar with.
I wanted to reclaim as much stuff as I could. I wanted to keep it in the building, so keeping the old elevators, pulleys. Top of the counter down there is actually the wood from the 4th floor. So we kept that old wood, and so we've done as much as that as we could, because that was the one thing with redoing the building, is I didn't want to lose the character of it.
I'm so proud of them for keeping a historic building in Marshalltown and not just demoing. That's easier than what they had to go through. So I'm proud that they wanted to keep an old, beautiful, historic building and redo it, and they did a superb job. I mean, it's clean line, beautiful. It makes their furniture just look fresh and beautiful, but still has the historic value. So I'm very proud of them for what they did. I think that the selection in Marshalltown is superb. You don't need to go elsewhere. You don't need to run off to Des Moines. We have a great furniture store right in Marshalltown with the qualified help you need. You get a great selection, good customer service, and good follow-through. And they're here. I'm a firm believer as a designer in Marshalltown to shop local and shop for our local community. And when it looks like this, and they've worked so hard on how beautiful it is, shop there first.
Something that McGregor's offers that no one else can, I would like to think first is customer service. We're going to be straight up front with our customers. We want them to have all the information we have. We don't want to lie to them. We want to be straight up front on anything. We want their customer satisfaction first, and then their business second. We want to make sure they're taken care of. Well, also, being a family-owned and operated company since 1896, I think says a lot.
At McGregorsFurniture.com, it's looking new and improved. I want to make it look fresh and easy to use for our customers. On our new website, we're working toward making it easier for customers to purchase online. We want the customers to see what we have on our website, but still be able to come in and feel comfortable coming in to sit on that furniture, lay on that furniture, whatever it may be, but then be able to purchase online. More people are wanting to purchase online, but I'm hoping customers still remember to come in and see us.
Very proud to work for McGregor's. Not planning on going anywhere anytime soon.
The staff of McGregor's was and is Marshalltown strong.